Welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner Podcast.
Good morning and welcome to the Ordinary Daily version of the Ordinary Marathoner Podcast. My name is Scott. I'll be your host today. Running a little bit late today. It's about 7 o'clock and just slept a little late, overslept. You'll see. There's kind of a reason why I gave myself a little extra added rest today. I felt like I deserved it from yesterday, but we'll get into that in just a minute. If you can't tell, if you're not watching the video, well, if you are watching the video, one of the things you might notice is that I am wearing the same exact shirt that I wore yesterday. That's right. It's the Ordinary Marathon shirt. Ordinary Marathon starts on Friday. I still have 2 days to register, and really, we're going to leave registration open throughout the entirety of the race. So in case anyone wants to join late, this thing's for charity. We're raising money for the SAM Fund. We got some open slots, so especially if you want to join the 5K. The 5K will have race day registration at the Fleet Feet store in Longmeadow at 11 a.m. on Sunday, May 5th, not this Sunday, the following Sunday. Right now, we do have some extra shirts, so if I still have some extras, I'll bring them with me, and you can buy them there. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I did listen. All right, yeah, I'm wearing this. This is the same exact shirt, and I'll be wearing it for the next 10 days. Not in a row. I take it off after the show, right? It's sort of like the show uniform. It's in my contract. But I'm really looking forward to this race. Really looking forward to starting to do the giveaways. Stephanie and I were going to sit down last night. We actually didn't, but we're going to do it today, and make sure that we have all the plans written out for each day. We will be in New York on Saturday at 10 a.m. I think it's 90th and 5th. We're going to go to the reservoir, and we're going to do a couple loops around the reservoir. Right now, I don't even know who's going. I'm hoping Michelle Brotman goes. I've talked to a couple people. Maybe people will meet us out after. Glenn Eisenstein, hoping that you go. And we'll see. We'll see who shows up. I could see me driving like 3 hours just to get to New York City, and then no one shows up. Happens. And you know what? Story of my life. Anyway, the Sarah Kelly podcast is doing awesome, by the way. You guys got to listen to that. She was amazing. That was my last podcast guest. I think I released that 2 days ago, and it's doing really well. And the video is doing really well. What a motivational inspirational. I always get those two words, motivational, inspirational. They're kind of close, but not the same. But she's an inspirational interview, and Stephanie listened to it yesterday. And she's like, you know what I like about her? I'm like, well, what? And she's like, you always cut your guests off. And I don't even know that I do this, but apparently I do. Apparently I cut people off when they're in the middle of a sentence trying to answer my question. I ask them a new question. You guys may have noticed. This is probably why the daily podcast with just me is good, because I can just talk all day and not interrupt. I probably interrupt myself at times. So she's like, well, Sarah just talks right over you. She doesn't care. She doesn't... When you interrupt her, she just talks right over you. She was amused by that, apparently. I didn't even realize it was happening. But yeah, it was a great podcast, and I'm just shocked that I have someone local that qualified for Kona twice. Anyway, yesterday's workout. Let's talk about yesterday, because yesterday was a good day for me. We got 95 days left here. 95 days left until Lake Placid. I was thinking about a few things yesterday, and it's because when you say 95 days, it sounds like a lot, and it sounds like, look, I can do the math, right? If you had 70 days, that would be 10 weeks. You add 25 days, that's another 3.5 weeks. So that's 13.5 weeks. Now, when I think about 13.5 weeks, I'm like, wow, I got a lot of time. But then you throw in a 70.3 race in the early June, and 2 weeks of taper. So I get 2 weeks of taper for the main race for Lake Placid, probably a week of tapering for Mont Tremblant, and then a week of recovery. So out of those 13 weeks that I just mentioned, 4 of them are pretty much done. They're pretty much spoken for, which means, 13 minus 4 is 9. I'm better at math than that. I'm just kidding. It's 9. So I have 9 training weeks left. So when I think of 9, I'm like, all right, that's not so much, you know. I have to improve my running a lot, as we saw this past weekend when I only, really Monday when I only did 10 miles. The last two longer runs I've done, 10 miles, 10 miles. And it's kind of weighing on me, and that's got to improve. So we've got kind of a little bit of a plan in place. Again, here's my notebook, my plan. I bought it. I just added the Forever Home Running sticker, which comes in your Ordinary Marathon packet, by the way. It's just a good little reminder. And when I see the notebook from a distance, I told you how many notebooks I have. I know that this is my running notebook. But yeah, haven't really gotten to do much in there yet. I just, it's about taking the time to sit down and plan things. I've been bad at that. But yesterday was a great day. Let me go through it a little bit. So Ironman training. Yesterday was an Ironman training day. This is the kind of days that you need to have. So I got off the podcast, and I struggled with yesterday. I struggled getting through it. But I got off the podcast, and I kind of, was doing the video upload a little longer than I thought, and Ellie was up early, and things were just happening. Things were moving around. I didn't get to start lifting until about 11, which is a little bit later than normal. So I did my lower body and core strength training. And I came out here and did yoga. And I admit that the yoga was a little short yesterday. Now, typically they've been 25, 30 minutes. Yesterday was about 17 or 18 minutes. I'm doing this sort of like daily schedule thing. So 30 days of yoga, and this was day 7. This is what it was. Now, I will say it was more quick tempo. It was a little up tempo. I did sweat. Yeah, there was sweat detected. So it wasn't like it was nothing. It just, it felt a little bit lighter than normal. So, but whatever, it's the plan. And we're going to stick with the plan when it comes to yoga. I'm new at this. And, hey, if there's an expert out there and she's going to walk me through, and it's going to take me 30 days to get to kind of like that introductory level, then that's what we're going to do. And we're on day 7. So today will be day 8. Anyway, I got through the yoga. Then I was going to swim. Now, I decided I was going to make some lunch. Made some lunch. Kind of before you go swimming, you kind of want to make sure that food is settled. So waited an hour and a half or so, and it was 2 o'clock, and it was kind of like I needed to be home by 3:30 to watch Ellie. And it's like, all right, am I really going to? And I had to like kind of will myself up to go. And I did. I got a really good workout in. About 45 minutes. I swam like, 2,300 yards or something like that. Might have been a little, I think I skipped the cool down set. So it might have been a little bit less than that. But anyway, finished a good swim workout, got home. And then, we were hanging around. I was watching Ellie, and then it was time for dinner. We decided to go out. Now, yesterday was it's been warmer. But it hasn't really been warm enough to the point where you could like go to a restaurant and sit at the outside and in the outside patio. We have a few restaurants like that. So yesterday it was warm enough. So we decided we were going to go. So we went to a restaurant. We sat outside, ate dinner. We ordered salads. Pretty impressive, right? Salads at a restaurant that you wouldn't necessarily order salads at usually. Ellie was with us. She cried outside. She made a scene. Babies do that. Anyway, I'm trying to think of something wise to say, and nothing's coming. Anyway, so I will admit, it was a nice day. It was outside. It was like nice and spring kind of evening. I'm at dinner with my wife and my daughter, and I ordered sangria. Not exactly the most manly drink, I know, but it's just, I was feeling tropical. So I ordered sangria. Now, typically, here's my problem with alcohol when it comes to working out. A lot of times, once I have some alcohol and put it in the system, that's it for the day. It takes a long time for me to kind of feel, and it's not necessarily a drunk thing or, it's more like I know it's going to sort of prohibit or inhibit my performance. I know I'm going to be sweating it out. I know it's going to bother me. I'm not going to feel right. And so I just don't even bother starting. And there's been a couple times historically where I have started a workout after drinking and never, ever lives up to expectations. It's never good. So we get home, and we had gone to dinner like early. We went to dinner like 5 or 5:30 and got home a little early. And I just started hammering water, just water, trying to get that out of my system. And somewhere around 9 o'clock, I'm like, you know what? I got to do this. I got to do this workout. I said I was going to do a brick. I need it. I need, especially the run portion. I felt like I needed. So somewhere around 9, I decided, all right, I go upstairs, get ready, jump on the bike on Zwift. I set it for a pretty decent workout. It was a pretty hard workout. It was, for you cyclists out there, it was sort of a warm-up and then 2 20-minute sessions at full FTP, which was hard. It's high energy. And then in the middle, there was like a cool, sort of like a cool down rest period to recover. So all in all, it was like an hour and 5 minutes, sweat a ton, and got it done like well. I felt really good. The sangria was like, it would no effect. It was gone. That's good. And then I jumped on the treadmill for 2 miles and banged that out. And I got off. It was probably like, I think it was 10:45. I'd watched the Bruins game, the end of the Bruins Maple Leafs game. Not that I'm a big fan of either team, but it just kept my mind, off the task at hand a little bit. And, it was kind of weird because I felt like, look, I delayed before I did the yoga and the strength training in the morning. I delayed and had to kind of talk myself into going to the pool. And then I went to dinner and came home and really didn't feel like getting on the bike, and then willed myself to get on the bike. And then when I went to bed, it was like, hey, that's a good day, That's an Ironman day, man. Strength training, yoga, swimming, biking, running. That's an Ironman training day. I need more of those. We only got 95 days left here. We got to get on that. We got to be on that. I think to my detriment right now, when I look ahead towards the weekend, is my planning. My planning is not good. It is just off. And it's, I've noticed this and I've recognized this. And that's why we bought this notebook, to kind of like frame our days and figure out when I have time and within that structure, formulate sort of a better plan to make sure that I'm maximizing my training. I feel like I'm giving a lecture here. Make sure I'm maximizing my training. And this weekend has got a lot of potential stumbles in it, because we're going to New York for the Ordinary Marathon on Saturday. And, I hope to meet a few people there. And we're going to just be running 3 miles on a Saturday, which for an Ironman training, that's probably not enough. Potentially we have friends coming in on Sunday night, which means Sunday I'm going to have to get everything done early. I got to check the weather because, I checked the weather earlier in the week, and Saturday and Sunday were supposed to be great. And then I was watching the news last night, and they were talking about potential rain on Sunday, which is my bike day, which not exactly what I wanted. So it's a matter of sort of overlaying, for me, it's overlaying the schedule with the weather and trying to figure, come up with a good mix there, make sure I get all my work in. Potentially I was going to do my long run on Friday. And now that I keep thinking about it, I'm like, geez, I don't know if I got that in me on Friday. I got a lot of stuff to do. We have, and plus I've been running. I ran Monday. I ran Tuesday. If I run today, that was initially the plan, which I might change to a bike, but I'd be running Wednesday. I got to run the Midnight Madness mile, which is only a mile. I'm not even really counting that. I could run it really slow and it wouldn't really have much effect, but that's tomorrow. Well, really it's Friday morning, but it's tomorrow. And then Friday, then it's the Ordinary Marathon. Now my intention for the Ordinary Marathon is to run, at least 2 miles a day. The 2 miles would be part of, a larger brick workout if I do that. If not, definitely the 5K. I'll be running a 5K on the 5K day, May 5th. I'll be running, 3 miles at the reservoir, which I think actually is a little bit longer than 3 miles. So it's probably a legit 5K around the reservoir. And I'll probably try to squeeze in 2 long runs during the Ordinary Marathon. So I'm looking at, I'm probably, I don't know, off the top of my head, probably close to 50 miles for the 10 days. That's pretty good. It might not even be that much. It's got to be maybe 40 miles. 40 miles? That's probably closer. Anyway, my math brain is going. It's going anyway. So I'm feeling pretty good today. Today we're gonna do no strength training. We got yoga, and then I said I was gonna do a run. It's kind of up in the air right now. Maybe I'll spend some time with this notebook and figure things out and get things a little bit better planned. I got to do that. Maybe that's the idea. And since I did such a big workout yesterday and today's kind of like a little bit of a down day, I should have time. Kind of no excuses on that today. So, all right, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. No strength training today. Yoga, planning. And then, once we get that plan together, I'll know if I'm doing a bike or a run tonight, and we'll figure that out. Guys, get registered for Ordinary Marathon. 2 days left. I need your help. Sam Fun needs your help. And there's a lot of slots left, so get to it. Help me out. And with that, always remember, every day is an ordinary day. It takes you to make it extraordinary. So get after it, guys.
Remember to like our video and subscribe to our channel.